All right, guys, welcome back to the best draft report out there on the market, Monstah'S Draft Report. Starting off with Kayvon Thibodeaux. Make sure to go check out the last video if you haven't. Aiden Hutchinson going up. Kayvon Thibodeaux, the 6'5" beast out of Oregon. He's currently my number 2 prospect out there behind Aiden Hutchinson, and I'll get into it why. But this dude is a freak of nature, man. If you have Kayvon Thibodeaux on your team, he's going to change a lot of things. He's going to be a huge beast off the edge. Man, let's get right into his strengths, man. I think his first one is his burst off the line, his explosiveness, man. The way he can get out of stance and destroy a play. There's some plays where he's simply just beating tackles off the edge with his speed. If you want somebody that's just going to come off the edge and just run past tackles and just and sack the quarterback, this is your guy. Kayvon Thibodeaux is the best speed rusher in this class, man, even being a freak of nature. His number 2 is just freak of nature. If you see a dude that big and is the best speed rusher, that should tell you something. That should just show you that he should be a freak of nature no matter what. His next, Pac-12 killer. He single-handedly beat USC in 2020. USC was about to be considered in the college football playoff. And Kayvon Thibodeaux said, no, watch this. The reason why the Pac-12 schools have not been in the playoff the last 3 years, because Kayvon Thibodeaux, he's been causing havoc in the Pac-12. He's been sacking dudes left and right in the Pac-12. Slovis is waking up in the middle of his dreams thinking about him. Chase Garbers. There's so many quarterbacks in the Pac-12 that just wake up in the middle of the night. Kayvon Thibodeaux, man. That's just how it is. Combine Warrior up next. He's going to run a 4.5 or 4.6 in the 40. As a defensive end, bro, he can literally play running away from him. He can get off the edge and go chase down somebody running down the sideline. This is insane. And next, his biggest ability is a run stopper. He had 35 tackles for loss in 3 seasons. I don't care if half of those aren't even against for the run, and they're just hitting dudes behind the line of scrimmage. If he has half of these tackles for losses just for the running back, that is in 35. He's averaging 11.5 per season, damn near. That is insane. This dude, Kayvon Thibodeaux, is insane, man. The way he bends off the line, and not a lot of people are high as him as I am, but there's no way he leaves the top 3, man. There's no way. It was him and Hutchinson were so neck and neck, so close, but this weaknesses I want to get into. The biggest reason I picked Hutchinson over Thibodeaux, his 1 second against Utah. He had the chance to go to college football playoff. A lot of people at Oregon. He did great against Ohio State. A lot of people had him number 1 the whole year, but he had 1 sack against Utah in 2 games. And that didn't go well with the scouts. They didn't like that. When Hutchinson was having, 3 sacks against Ohio State, 3 sacks against Penn State, they were ranked top 4 in the country playing Utah, and he had 0 sacks game 1. Then they had a chance to play Utah in the Pac-12 championship, had 1 sack. Having the big game ability and not showing up is definitely huge. That's a lot of what scouts are seeing. But the next one is their ability. He's missed a lot of games just because of the fact he's banged up. He's had a lot of injuries. And, when you're that big, you happen to get hurt a lot. And that's just the way it goes nowadays in the NFL. And the last thing is what a lot of people have on Kayvon Thibodeaux is his frame maxed out. He's 6'5", 260. Is he going to get any bigger? If he gets bigger, will his speed go down? Will he be still bending the same, still causing havoc the same? So they're kind of questioning his frame being maxed out, but I think his frame right now is perfectly fine. I think his fits are easy. Jags, Lions, Texans, Jets. I've seen some mocks where he's fell to Jets at 4. And if the Jets get him at 4, man, you guys are getting a home run. You guys are finally going to be turning the page for the Jets. Jets finally get someone to sack, Josh Allen and Mac Jones or whatnot. But I don't see him leaving the top 3. I don't see the Lions passing up on him. I don't see the Texans passing up on him. And damn sure I don't see the Jets passing up on him. I have him 4 on my big board behind Hutchinson, Linderbaum, and Kyle Hamilton. Kyle Hamilton at 1. In that order. Top 5 grade, obviously. No way he leaves top 5. That's my grade. And his comp is obviously Myles Garrett. If you see him and don't think of Myles Garrett, You haven't watched a lot of Browns games, or you haven't watched Kayvon Thibodeaux. Man, check out his highlights or something, man. There's obviously clips in this. And if have you seen what he said about Alabama? I'll put that clip in here right now.
What world do I want to be a part of? If I go to Alabama, I'm gonna win national championships. Literally. I said, but do I want to be a guy who's known to be a national championship winner, or do I want to be a guy who's known for being a part of the greatest organization in the world? But a brand like Nike, I mean, for me, it was like, what brand associations do I want to be tied to?
Sure.
You know what I mean? And for me, I already hate the stigmatism of football players being dumb jocks.
Totally.
So now, do you know what the stigmatism of Alabama education? It ain't the West Coast.
No.
You know what I mean? It ain't Harvard.
No, I
So
hear
for
you.
me, I have to look at it and say, I'm only gonna be in college for 3 years. Like I said, if I would've went to Alabama, I probably would still be there, and we wouldn't be sitting here today. 2, I probably wouldn't have graduated yet. And 3, I don't know if my degree would mean anything. And there's no guarantee. I think Oregon might be the only place where you are guaranteed, and it's not, I wouldn't say it's a guarantee, but there is a 90% chance that if you want to, a Nike opportunity is there. And there's a guarantee that if you play football at Oregon, you can work in the corporate Nike world. That's a guarantee. And Phil Knight, I could call him and he'd tell you that today.
Well,
why? Because he's so invested in the future.
As you've seen, he's obviously going off of Alabama, telling people why he chose Oregon over Alabama, talking about education. Not a lot of people like that, but I have Myles Garrett as his comp. I also have Khalil Mack as his comp. If you have Myles Garrett and Khalil Mack as your comp, man, you're looking real good, real nice. But Kayvon Thibodeaux is a great prospect, and if you have him on your team, he's definitely going to turn it around. Definitely a huge body that can bend and run off line of scrimmage, but he's going to be called to have for the next 10 to 15 years in the NFL. Hey, check out Monster Draft Report for more content about NFL prospects moving forward. Check out the playlist down below. Subscribe to 6-Man Blitz, like the video, and let me know what other prospect I should do down below. And let me know what you guys think of my draft comparison and profile of Kayvon Thibodeaux. And that's all I got. See you guys next episode. Peace.